Tua, he went out with a lower back.
Kind of like why I stumbled. My back kind of locked up on me.
Something smells extra fishy in Miami. The NFL officially announces an investigation to Tua's injury versus the Buffalo Bills. Lots of fans are curious why Tua was allowed back into the game after waddling and needing help to stand.
And Tua, he's woozy.
Bills Mafia wants answers, and in today's video, we're going to review the game footage showing Tua's actual injury and the reaction after being hurt. We're going to listen to Tua and Miami's head coach after the game, as well as look at the NFL's rule book for observing a concussion and concussion protocol. Miami Dolphins head coach and Tua after the game both stated that Tua hurt his back on a play earlier, which caused looseness in his back after the hit on Milano. Does that smell fishy yet? First, let's take a look at Tua's actual injury. As we see, there is probable cause for a head injury or concussion. I mean, Tua not only hits his head, players often say they don't know what day it is or where they are, etc. For Tua to smack his head and think it was his back may have simply been from him being concussed. Let's play the clip from Tua and McDaniels after the game.
Tua, he went out with a lower back. He kind of got bent back pretty significantly on a quarterback sneak earlier. You know, I was kind of with everyone else. When he hit his head on the ground, I assumed it was a head injury, but his legs got wobbly because his lower back was completely loose. And as he described it, it was like, he said his lower back, it was like Gumby or something.
And what I find interesting here is that McDaniels is listening to Tua, who may or may not have been concussed. The point here is if you are concussed, maybe your brain is not functioning right, and maybe a concussed Tua thought his injury was a back versus just being concussed. This is why the NFL has experts on the sidelines, and we're going to get into that in a second. Now listen to Tua after the game.
On the quarterback sneak, kind of got my legs caught under someone, and then they were trying to push back, and then kind of felt like I hyperextended my back or something. And then on the next play, I kind of hit my back and kind of, kind of hurt, and then I got up, and then that's kind of like why I stumbled. My back kind of locked up on me. For the most part, I'm good past whatever concussion protocol they had, so.
What I find interesting here is that Tua makes it seem like his back getting twisted happened on the play before getting hit by Matt Milano, but it happened not only a quarter later, but after Tua marched down the field and scored a touchdown, tying the game 14-14. Here is a play where Tua got hurt on a short QB sneak, and he does kind of get twisted up, but walks away fine. This is why the NFL has a concussion protocol or concussion checklist in place. Let's examine the NFL protocol for concussion. One thing the NFL rule book talks about is showing signs of a seizure or fencing. A seizure is when the body shakes, and fencing is when the body clenches up. Now in Tua's case, in this case, we did not see Tua show any signs of fencing or representing a potential loss of consciousness. If a player demonstrates loss of consciousness, they are not allowed back into the game per the NFL. It is a no-go criteria for the NFL. The next paragraph states a required evaluation of a player demonstrating gross motor instability, stumbling, or falling. Tua's injury definitely falls into this category. What happens at this point, the team's physician will work with the NFL sideline medics to determine whether the instability was neurologically caused and determine whether that player is designated to return or not. We now know the decision to allow Tua back into the game came from Miami's physician as well as help from the NFL medics on the sidelines. Regardless, the process is at the discretion of doctors. Buffalo Bills and Ravens saw Lamar Jackson hit his head in similar fashion during the playoffs. Lamar Jackson did not show any signs of fencing or seizure, but the medics and team doctors did not allow him back into the game. Every game has a different doctor, and clearly not all doctors are going to determine the same things. What makes this story extra fishy is that Miami is claiming that injury had nothing to do with the head. Tua did state the NFL did require him to enter concussion protocol, and he did pass it, but Tua was able to come back into the game. He played, so maybe the doctors did make the right call after all. Do you think Tua's injury was a back or concussion? Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video so I know to continue to make videos just like this. I'm releasing videos daily, long form and short form, so make sure to subscribe. Hold your heads up high, Bills Mafia. We almost beat Miami with their third stringers. Let's go, Bills. Peace.